Hello boys and girls. So I got some feedback from you guys and you said you wanted more videos, more explanations and also more editing because I'm lazy as fuck and I don't like to edit. So I'll do my best and try to keep some of stuff out this time. But yeah, so today we're here to talk about the process of how I make melodies. So you know, many people start by using some chord progression they made or some vocal and then follow the vocal's key. But in my case, I always have a method of how I do my melodies. And that's basically by shaming myself from what you guys are about to hear. So that was a recording I had on my phone that went very nice, as you can tell. And so basically what I do is I have a melody idea, I just record it so I don't forget it. And then when I get home, I just put it on the piano roll. So that's what we are going to do right now. And I'm gonna explain you the whole process of how I transfer the melody to the piano roll, how I create the chords around it, the bass line, the arp, and maybe other elements. So you guys are gonna know the whole process of how I make these things. So basically, you're gonna start by opening FL Studio. In my case, I usually use a piano for making melodies, but that's when I have no idea of what I'm going to do next. But in this case, I have a melody already, so I just open all the synthesizers, and then I just start by making Hardstyle. And so I always make 3 leads and 1 for the harmony. So basically the 3 leads sound something like this. And so the harmony sounds like this. Then I always have 3 chords made in a layer, which sounds like this. Then I always have a bass line. Then we have the arp, which is basically a preset, which I always transfer to the 7th or the 8th octave. And then I have the plucky stuff you've already seen in many tutorials, which I basically do stuff like this. And yeah, so let's begin. I'm just gonna hear the melody many times and I'm gonna transfer it here. So how do you transfer the melody you have recorded on your phone to the piano roll you have? What I'm gonna do is just listen to it a ton of times and then just try to make the right note. Alright, so the first part of the melody is done, so let's take a listen to it. Now, this part is fine, but for the second part of the melody, we're gonna have to make something different. And the way I always do is just change 1, 2, 3 notes, maybe. And where I thought it would be nice to change it would be around here. And so I would change it to something like... Now that the melody is done, we can start for the chords. So I'm just gonna press Ctrl A to select everything, and I'm gonna do Ctrl C to copy everything. So now we have the main melody here. So how do we make the chords? So basically I just play around with stuff. So this is a D, I'm just gonna try and make something out of it. I'm gonna make an A here because of the part I put up front. We are not done yet. No, because we are gonna select everything except the first notes of every chord. Then we're gonna control up arrow. Then we're gonna select shift and the left click of the mouse to the corresponding lower octave. And we are gonna delete the first one. The first note of the chords, I'm just gonna delete them all because I don't like how they sound. And so this is what the chords sound like now. And so they might not sound good right now, but they are probably gonna sound nice in the end. If they don't, I'm just gonna delete what I did now, but they're probably gonna sound nice after. Now, it's the part where I'm gonna do the harmonies. So I think everything is done now, and just gonna play everything together. And so as you can see, it starts getting weird, so the method I use in the chords here doesn't always work. So I'm just gonna delete them all and let them be how they were before. So as you can see, I just created something that actually works and doesn't get out of tune, but I usually do it making out of tune because I just think it's more interesting. But I'm just gonna show you how it sounds separately and then with the leads and the harmony together, okay? And now with everything together. And so now it's time to go for the bass. So how is the bass gonna sound like? So basically just gonna do random stuff, but always following the chords, you know, and try to go with it. Yeah, so this is basically how it sounds right now. Now I'm just going to do my favorite part of every track, basically copying the first part of every chord difference there is and basically turn them into an arp. And so you just copy everything here. You're gonna do the arp thing and you're gonna do it wherever it sounds nice to you. For me, it's and so this is basically what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna copy and paste everything until there is no more space to copy. When you hit the middle of this first part, you're gonna go down again, and so you're gonna copy. This is gonna go here, this is gonna go here, this place is gonna go in the A, and so on, so on, so on, so on. And so this is basically how it's gonna sound like. So this is how everything sounds after making it. And so now it's time to see how it's gonna fit with the chords, the main lead, and the harmony and the bass. And so there's one more thing that I sometimes do, not always, but sometimes. I did it on anxiety, I'm gonna try and do it again, but this doesn't guarantee it work. This melody needs the feeling that the plugs that I'm gonna use now are gonna give, but we are gonna try it either way. Basically what the plugs do is fill up the track, and so the way I do it is just delete everything but the chords and just paste them all over again like I'm showing right now, so it sounds like this. Now the problem is the plugs are really sticking out on the higher notes, and so basically what I'm gonna do is get rid of them. And also thing I'm noticing, I prefer this part to go down, not up again, and so I'm gonna select everything here, delete it, copy this part and paste it. This part as well. And now the next step is copying the main melody into it, and also copying the harmony into it as well. We're gonna copy and paste everything and put an octave down. Alright, now comes the part where we are gonna make the effects and stuff. And so basically I'm just gonna show you how everything sounds like now. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any doubts, check them in the comments. And basically, as you could see from the tutorial, that by the way took 1 hour and 5 minutes to record, as you can see it's a lot of trial and error. I just don't make this at all in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I always try and go change some stuff here and there, make it more complex in the bass. I didn't find anything really complex to do. Maybe I'll find in the future, but who knows. And so trial and error, my guys, that's what I'm telling you about. That's what melodies are about, is trial and error. If something doesn't work, might work in another melody, you never know. That's what it happened with the chords. It didn't really work the way I wanted, but it worked in another way. And so yeah, trial and error is the message I have for you guys. Do everything you want. If it sounds good, keep it. That's what I do, and I hope this helped you in any way. And now I'm gonna play everything again.